Show. And you say Shot City, the Tailgate Show. The Tailgate Show. The Tailgate Show. And you say Shot City, the Tailgate Show. The Tailgate Show. The Tailgate Show. And you say Shot City, the Tailgate Show. The Tailgate Show. The Tailgate Show. And you say Shot City, the Tailgate Show. The Tailgate Show. The Tailgate Show.
Yo, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of The Tailgate Show. What's up? What's happening?
What up?
It's Double A, it's B Diddy, Air Jer, he's around, his internet is failing him. I don't even know if it's internet. He lives in the middle of a fucking field, so like,
Yeah, it's
I don't know if he really has, I don't know his internet, like he literally is like out in the corn. Oh, here he is. He's sliding in on a corn stalk. Yeah, like in king, king, king. Bang, king, king, king.
crazy.
King, 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 king. You've got mail.
Off the grid.
Yeah. Over
So
on
anyway.
Jer's and Dancing Baby is still hitting on Jer's internet.
What a
So-
dramatic. It must suck to have like all this drama in your preseason. Couldn't not us.
Bro, like, I mean, it's been a wild couple of days. Like, it got real quiet there for a minute, and then it's like, dude, when the NFL comes back, it comes roaring the fuck back. Like, it's just crazy how, like, it takes it over. I mean, they waited. They let the NBA have its little finals, and Giannis got his fucking chicken sandwiches, and then it's like, NFL is taking over your world. Baseball, eat a dick, because NFL is coming. NFL does not give a fuck about you. We will eat your soul.
Yeah,
Like
it's a little dramatic.
MLB trade deadline, Justin Fields is carrying shoes, and everyone's like, eh.
I can't blame him for being excited about him, but like this Rodgers
No.
drama, my goodness! Like I was trying to take the perspective of okay, not just being a Bears fan, but a football fan. Like if this was a dude on my team, my God, like I try to get the draft picks for him while I can. They're talking like extra. Originally they were talking about having an out and not being able to get shit for him. Like it's just so much drama. Like man, this dude is like ridiculous with it.
Yeah, well, so it's just fucking hilarious because, like, we've been riding on the Packers fans hard. We've been going at them. And you know what? Fuck them. They deserve it. They deserve it all. We fucking have been reveling in every inch of this fucking quarterback uncertainty. It's been amazing.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Packerland's been So, you know what? Like, they're so deep in the bullshit right now that they think it's an actual, like, competition. It's like, you fucks are competing with yourselves and your own shitty asshole quarterback. You're not competing with us. Like,
No.
they actually think that because the fucking quarterback decided to not quit on his organization, the quarterback who coming off an MVP season, the Hall of Fame quarterback, decided not to fuck you all royally, and you think it's a W?
Right.
Like-
He's going to give you this one last season.
Well,
Like-
oh no, let's stop. Not last season, Last
I'm not
Dance.
going- yeah,
These
fuck that.
motherfuckers
No.
have the
Come on, man.
audacity to think that they have anything to do with the 90s Bulls, the fucking Jordan Pippen. Like, cut the bullshit.
Yeah,
Aaron
and
Rodgers
I'm not
won-
a Bulls fan, but come on, man, that's just like I said on
It's-
Twitter. That's straight blasphemous. Like,
It's
come on.
just insane, and everybody's just going with it. The fucking PFF, those mega trolls. Like, I swear to God, the same dude that runs Barry McCockiner works for PFF. Like, straight up. Like, they fucking troll like crazy. They put fucking
Yeah,
Aaron
they were like
Rodgers
just all
and
stacked.
Devontae Adams in Bulls football uniforms. The fucking treachery. Like,
Yeah, dude.
that is, oh my God. Like,
I mean,
saw that.
honestly, I'm a Rockets fan, right? But even I was offended by that shit, like for the Bulls fans, because it's like
Yes,
that's just
because
straight bullshit. I'm
it's
sorry.
a legendary era of sport.
Yeah,
The 90s Bulls is a legendary era across all sports. You don't have to be a Bulls fan to understand that. So to fucking disrespect that legacy and that legendary era with your, but you know what? It goes completely along with fucking bullshit entitled town. These fucking pricks act like they won something in recent fucking memory. Like, you don't get to claim your Bart Starr shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
cut the bullshit.
Oh, now we're at least we're gonna get one more Super Bowl. It's like, shut up.
Exactly. Like coming back for one fucking season. Like we thought we were gonna go back to the fucking playoffs and be a Super Bowl team after the Cody Parkey kick. You just think it's that fucking easy? Like, oh, it's cool. We got Rodgers back. So what? What do you mean you got him back? Like he was at war? Like it's just such horseshit. Like the whole thing is just such a flaming pile of horseshit. It's like two bitches just locked in this deadlock, like literally it's like, you ever see like in nature shows those bighorn sheep that like crash at each other and then just lock horns for like a ridiculous amount of time? That's what it is. Like Aaron Rodgers like stomped around the house and told everybody he was running away. He was running away. I can't stand this anymore. They've done me wrong. They fucking Jake Kumaro and this and that and all this bitch ass and he watches Last Dance in the pandemic and dude is like, he's on drugs. It's
just the impact this could have on like other teams of their players. Like it's just ridiculous.
Straight up though, I believe this 100% that Aaron Rodgers' demands affected the Broncos draft. I believe that, and I believe it's part of the reason why they passed on Fields. And now.
Yeah, Schlereth was saying that trade was supposed to go down and they backed out.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Somebody backed out. That was going down. But that helped us. That helped us get Fields. And now what's happening is just like I said, with all the fucking Aaron Rodgers wants all his old players back. They're saying Randall Cobb. I wouldn't be surprised if Jordy Nelson, just fucking buddy Jake Kumaro, who's on the Bills, which you never know. I mean, they're going to have to trade for Cobb. So now they're saying that there's a chance that the Anthony Miller trade, which we'll get into in a second, directly was impacted by Rodgers wanting Cobb because they now have to replace Cobb. So it's like Rodgers again, like he's just fucking the Packers slower. That's all he's doing. He was deep dicking them, and now he's just slowed down a little bit.
But now you're giving Houston they could get a lot higher for Cobb than they were if they were planning on moving him. Like they're kind of at the advantage now, knowing that they need to do this to appease Rodgers if that's the case.
Absolutely, it's going to cost them more. I mean,
I'm fine.
So so it's fine. But just what fucking drama? And Packers fans and Packers Bob, that weirdo that puts everybody on lists, like, dude, like, bro, you're tripping. Like, it's kind of entertaining, but it's like when you think about
he's got like
real life,
20-something followers. That's the funny part. Like,
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like mega troll. Like, I respect the insanity and the petty, like I do. But then when you like step back and you think about it, you're like, oh wow, this person's very sad.
Right.
like it's a sad little pursuit they're doing. You know what I mean? And it's not like you.
Bears fans are having fun with it.
Oh, for sure. It's a good time. We're fucking throwing it right back in everybody's face. That's what's so funny. It's like I said, they're competing against their own trash organization. They're not competing with us. So when you say you won, what did you win? He's going to play next year, and it's going to be awkward as fuck for everybody. Not to mention Devontae Adams, who's also not fucking coming back. Like, so I read a thing that it was like Aaron Rodgers will free up cap space that will give them money to extend Devontae Adams. Get all the way the fuck out of here. Devontae Adams is the number one receiver in the league. DeAndre Hopkins is on some weird, fucking vaccine panic, so who knows what's going on with him. Terrence Nichols in the house. What's up? What's up, fellas? How you doing? And shout out to Wyatt as well, also in the chat. I don't know if he's still in there. He's probably going to watch some Kirk Cousins porn or something. But
I love watching The Fire. I'm not gonna lie, but
like, it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Imagine, like, I don't. They deserve it. Fuck it. I'm just say, imagine being on the other side of it, but good for them. They deserve it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they're in their fucking bubble. It's like the Patriots fans. But what's just so funny to me, like they have this delusions of grandeur, though. Like they think they're on that level. Like you're not even on the level of the Steelers. The Packers aren't even close to the Steelers. And I know the Bears are lower down. I don't know, talking about them. Talking about how the Packers think that they're on the level of the Patriots and the Steelers, and some of these other teams. They
Entitlement,
like,
man.
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Like it's just so funny that they think they won, and all they won is a whole nother year of drama. And now it's like, oh, you're never going to get as much as you were going to get for him because he's a year older. And, you know, like this is not Tom Brady wanting a trade. Tom Brady was already a 6-time Super Bowl champion. He had insane level of gravitas. Aaron Rodgers is a guy that's supremely talented, but every coach in the league has to be like, what the fuck? Like, what's up with this dude for real? You know what I mean? Like,
I think he's more talented than Brady.
He is, but I'm saying, like, let's say that both of those dudes are free agents, and you can have them for one season to take your team to the Super Bowl. Dude, you're taking Brady.
I'm not trying to get into it because I don't want to give that fuck credit. But you put Rodgers on that Tampa team. My God. With
sure.
That defense, come on, man.
I'm just saying, like, if you have to start separating them, obviously, I don't know, it's for a different show.
Yeah.
But point is, the shit is over. They acted like they won. They didn't fucking win anything. Like, it's just more bullshit. Like, congratulations, you still have that bitch ass as your quarterback, and shit's still totally unsettled. One fucking bad third down call, and they lose a game, and LaFleur, you know, I mean, it's gonna be worse than ever. And I don't care if Jake Kumaro is back to give Aaron Rodgers back rubs or whatever the fuck. Like, it's not going to make it okay, you know? Like,
I'm not. I mean, and our reaction too. Like, personally, I'd rather take Rodgers out than like
absolutely
have their team get worse, and then we're like, yeah, we're better now. Fuck that.
Right?
You gotta set the bar higher. Like, I want to beat them with Rodgers.
Yes. Fuck yes. You want to beat them. You know, the Bulls had to beat the Pistons. The Lakers had to beat the Celtics. You know, like. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Fucking Packers Twitter is fucking weird as hell anyway. And then they had that derp owners meeting today out in the field, and fucking, you know, this dude's up there like Mark Murphy, Gouda Kuntz is up there like touting all their accomplishments and, you know, all this. I mean, what the fuck? Like, these people really think they own the team?
Yeah, they bought pieces of paper. It's kind of like when you release like a press release when all you are is a podcaster. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. Yes. Press release, bro. Oh, sidebar. May I approach? That's stealing a bit from Cap and Jay. The fucking, like, it literally, bro. Let's just take a second to define what a press release is. If you have news,
and you're part of the press.
Yeah, well, you don't have to be part of the press to have a press release. But you must release the information to the press. So you must send it to the news desk of various press outlets. A tweet, even if there's a screen capture of some whack ass document that you made with your stupid signature on it, like, what the fucking hell is this shit? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's like the lamest thing I've ever seen. Like, even if you do that, you're still not shit. And it is still not a press release. Show me the AP feed that has that pop up on it. Local podcast dipshit has Packer podcast join his dipshit bull crap network.
Like, and that's the thing. Like,
shout out to the Prez. Fuck out of here.
Can you imagine releasing that shit like after all this turmoil?
Trubisky's, guys, it was signed by the president of the network. Oh, that's right. How did he get to be the president? Like, somebody was like, show us the posters on your wall.
Yeah, so we'll give ourselves titles right now. Hey, you could be president of the tailgate, and I'll be the.
No, I want to be traveling secretary. Right, assistant to the traveling secretary of the tailgate show.
I'll take president. Then we'll give Jared.
Okay.
We'll give Jared technical.
No, I'm gonna be head of networking.
Yes, Jared's the head of the technology department, the giant pork chop department. As assistant to the traveling secretary, I would like to make a press release. Cut the bullshit. Just make good podcasts. How about that? How about spend less time on your stupid fake garbage and make a good fucking podcast? Try that on for size. good Lord.
And there's throwing shade.
But
So, Anthony Miller.
Can you hear me?
Man,
Anthony Miller, yes, we can hear you, Jared. Anthony Miller, what was your first reaction to the Anthony Miller trade, Jared?
First reaction was, why did we have to give up a 7th? Just to get a 5th. That's kind of weak ass. And Ryan Pace, man.
Yeah.
Ryan Pace
So
if
you didn't hear, and I'm sure you all did, Anthony Miller was traded. I thought it was going to happen a while ago, but it took a while. He was basically done as soon as George McCaskey went on the radio and basically said he was done because he's a moron. And I was defending him a little bit on Twitter this week because I do think it's ignorant to blame everything on him. But I also think he was about 50 to 60% to blame for his overall lack of development and production. But my biggest fucking problem is that you are talking about an offensive coaching staff, the second iteration of said offensive coaching staff, except for who? The two dudes that have been there the whole fucking time are who? Matt Nagy and his alter ego fucking, meathead bullshit counterpart, Mike fucking Furry. And we're probably the most Mike Furry hating show out there. I don't know. I don't listen to any of your other shows. Sorry. I just don't. Although I probably should pick up a couple of them because Hogan's coming back, but Jesus. But Anthony Miller finally gets traded, and it's like we have to give up a 7th, but we do get back a 5th. And Pace has done a lot of good things in the 5th round. I think this is a player that very well could have been cut.
Yeah. You got something for him.
He's a distraction. I mean, to be honest, to get back a 5th, pretend that it's actual draft day. To move up from the 7th to the 5th takes a lot of draft capital. Like you probably in the draft, you would probably have to give a 5th next year and a 7th to move up from the 7th to the 5th. And everybody's talking about how it'll probably be a high 5th because the Texans are bound to be terrible. So it's going to be a high 5th round pick. So. I mean, honestly, at this point, I felt like Anthony Miller was only going to be a distraction. He had a chance to maybe do some things, but I just feel like he's, it's like he's always one game away from just being a complete distraction, unfortunately. And it's probably just because we spend too much time on Twitter. But, I mean, ultimately, if you're a distraction on Twitter, I guarantee you're a distraction in the locker room.
I don't know what the inner workings with him in the locker room were. I don't know how he got along with other players, but for me, it was this was a guy we moved up into the 2nd round to grab.
Yep.
It just, to me, it goes back. I wanted to see him compete with, I know, yes, your job's always on the line in the NFL, but this was a contract year. This was do or die. And I wanted to see some guys, things click when when your back's against the wall. And I know he had to grow up, but I think he had a lot of talent in the group that we have at wide receiver. I wanted to see him compete because I think he brings a lot to the table if he can get his shit together. So
he's listen, the dude is supremely talented. Dude has tons of talent. He's one of the only guys on that team that was consistently open. Now, maybe he was open in the wrong part of the field, and maybe he was doing, I mean, the thing about Nagy's offense is
have you seen him live though? The dude has heart. I just think.
Oh my God! Yeah,
he's immature. Even when he's on the sideline, he's hyped. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, and I think the players love him. I don't take that the wrong way. I think his teammates loved him. And listen, we fucking loved him. How great was he in 2018? I mean, all the celebrations. I mean, yeah, he had his moments of what the fuck, Anthony? But it was far more good than bad. Go ahead, Jared.
I think the point goes to an old point that Brian's made several times. How do you get a true evaluation with the quarterback situation as it's been? You don't. So we really don't know what we gave up. He caught 8 touchdown passes from Trubisky. I mean,
yeah.
Come on. That's something.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, the guy's not a complete fuck up.
That goes back to the coaching though. It's like these guys have to
Right.
run the perfect routes, be at the perfect spots. With a guy like this, right? He's super talented. I thought he was very talented enough to beat his defender, and I think that Nagy was willing to dumb things down for Mitch. But was he? And maybe without going back and watching every snap, maybe he was dumbing things down for Anthony. But this is the kind of guy you give a couple simple routes to, he can beat his guy. And we saw him wide open at times, and like Mitch didn't see him.
Absolutely, and we also saw him make great catches and great plays. We also saw him make boneheaded plays. I mean,
it's on him too. I'm not just the coach.
No, but here I was saying before is that there is zero track record for us to lean on when evaluating Nagy and Furry. The only two dudes who got to keep their jobs after 2019 are those two dudes, and it's because Furry is Nagy's buddy. And it's like every year, Furry could be a college coach. Please, bro, please go coach in college. Get the fuck away from this team. That dude hasn't developed anything. Darnell Mooney does not count for him. That is not a point in his column. Darnell Mooney is self-made. Darnell Mooney was coached by Zoom, and he turned himself into the player that he did. That is Darnell Mooney and his people that he's working with on the side. That is not fucking Mike Furry. He does not get to plant his flag in that shit.
They were saying Mooney had like a jugs machine in the hotel room and shit.
We've seen the videos.
Yeah.
Well, the new acquisitions made him expendable.
How?
I mean,
I think it's a lot of unproven stuff.
You talking about Bird and Goodwin?
Yeah, like
Bird had one touchdown last year. Goodwin's had he's been in the league like 6 or 7 years.
Goodwin's very inconsistent. He was a COVID sit out. I mean, like I by no means think that Anthony Miller was replaced.
Don't get me wrong. I like our audition speed. I do. I just want to see him get one more shot, man.
It's just like they're very much on paper. They're like on paper. We've seen what Anthony Miller can do, and I do think that Anthony Miller was such a strange case because I think he's a guy that like Nagy really did a lot for and helped him develop, but then it's as I've said before, there's some weird fucking loyalty cult up there, and if you're not in with the right mojo and the fucking vibe, like you just out. And I think Miller kind of he just went and started kind of running to the beat of his own drum a little bit too much for those fucking crazies up there, and instead of like a good coach would harness what Miller does. And this is not to say Nagy's a bad coach, but a more experienced, better coach would take somebody and bring the best out of them. That's, I've been a manager for a long time. Like, not saying I'm a coach, not trying to say I do anything better, but when you're a manager or a coach, you have to decide, I'm either going to get something out of this person or I'm going to get rid of them. You have to do that all the time. And you can't treat everybody the same. And I don't think Nagy necessarily does that, but the longer you're doing this, you realize that it does take having an individual relationship with every person that you manage for your shit to be successful. And I think Nagy, I don't know how much he has that. Like, I think Nagy's really good at giving speeches and rah-rah, and he fucking sits in his crazy little serial killer room with his play cards. And he's in his little fucking quarterback meetings, but I think he's very insulated, and I don't know that I still don't know that he's ever been the coach of that defense. Like, I don't think Nagy is the coach of that defense.
No. I don't think Nagy's really solidified himself as a guy that's in control of this offense. This offense is still searching for an identity. Right. And that's part of my problem with the trade too. Like, find your identity and then find out who doesn't fit.
Well, and that's what leads you to believe that it wasn't motivated by any kind of football
Miller's
decision.
Just as much to blame. I'm not taking anything off of him, but it just started like then you go back and you look at what Pace has done at wide receiver in the draft. Man, it's Kevin White, Daniel Braverman, Anthony Miller, Javon Wims, Riley Ridley, Darnell Mooney, and Daz Newsome. It's not. Yes, Darnell.
It's underwhelming.
Best route runner in the draft.
Yeah, good Lord.
Remember
that? The killer footwork.
I mean, like, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know. I mean,
and then Riley Ridley was supposed to be the best route runner ever.
It's something about the Bears and something about offensive skill position just being cursed on this team. There's always something. And it's like, I just look at a player like Anthony Miller, and you know that if Anthony Miller was on a team that's better at this shit than the Bears, he would be a solid contributor. I'm not saying Anthony Miller is going to be Antonio Brown or Steve Smith, like, even though people had said that. I'm talking about Anthony Miller should be 1,000 yards, 7-8 touchdown guy every single season. He should be, without a question, like 60, 70 catches. I mean, quarterback stats are inflated. Receiver stats are inflated. I mean, look at the fucking, Cooper Kupp, bro, is the perfect example of how inflated the receiver shit is. Like, it's crazy. Like, getting 50 catches and 500 yards for a receiver is like nothing. It shouldn't even count as anything. But for the Bears,
you also got two guys that are on the PUP that can probably play that position too. With Daz and Cohen.
I agree. I'm just worried. Like, I feel like to me, by my own eyes, Miller was more of a proven commodity than Damiere Byrd and Marquise Goodwin.
I completely agree.
Fair.
And I think Trubisky said this, that on Twitter, he said, like, I kind of would have rather given this kid another chance than fucking, get this trade for him. Like, they really felt like he was such a detriment to the team. He says, well, I disagree with the trade. They weren't likely to resign him and they weren't going to get a comp pick. Yeah, that's fine.
The timing of it bothered me too. Like, right before the camp starts, you could have done it earlier, and it would have been a little bit.
Listen, if the shit in the Saints game doesn't happen, on Nickelodeon, and you know who that matters to is dipshit George McCaskey. Like, you say, why does that matter? It fucking matters. Like, the Bears care about that shit. There is a reason they put the Bears and the Saints on Nickelodeon.
Cordero because he swore on it.
Bro, I wouldn't put it past dumb shit like that. But I'm telling you that it matters to Smokey the Bears and their squeaky clean image that the fucking players embarrassed the franchise in their minds. I don't really think they did, because that game was a joke.
If we found out what was said, we'd probably be fine with the fact that he swung.
It's just like the reasoning is that Nagy made like a 20-minute fucking speech about don't let this guy get in your fucking head, and they went and did it. And so if he doesn't do that,
we saw him at 100 at the 100-year AA. Like, he came off like I'm already arrived. Like, he had the bling, like everybody else was just like
he was the first one to go buy a stupid shit with his fucking game checks.
Yeah, like he was already wide receiver 1 in his mind.
Yeah. And he's already fucking, it's like another dude who fucking at 2018 happened, got all happy, fucking shacked up, got pregnant, became a dad, got all fucking lazy. Like, oh, look at my line of sweatpants and look at my Instagram and look at all this shit. It's like the same shit happened to Charles Leno. That's why I'm worried about Khalil Mack. I don't know if I mentioned this, but his wife's about to pop. Okay. And I'm worried. I'm worried.
No, Khalil don't care. He just blessed her.
Oh man. But yeah, like, it's just, so Miller, I don't think if Deshaun plays, which it doesn't look like he's going to play for the Texans because he showed up so he doesn't get fined. He's Marshawn Lynch. But like, if Deshaun played, I think Miller could be somebody. He could have a season.
He gets an accurate quarterback, he might have a shot.
Tyrod's not garbage. I mean,
no, he's not garbage. I'm just saying it's far less likely. Like, Deshaun makes dudes into stars. Like, they had some guys on their roster.
They got Mills, right? The guy Davis Mills or whatever that some Bears fans really wanted.
Oh, is that who they drafted?
Oh yeah, they're all set.
I didn't even keep track of that shit. Yeah, Davis Mills. Everything's fine. Bro, like, what? I just, like, it's what if we didn't get Fields? Like, will we be hyping up Kellen Mond right now?
Can you imagine not having Fields
Probably.
right now?
Will we be hyping him up? What if it was fucking? Will we be hyping up Kyle Trask?
No, I wasn't.
I wouldn't.
I didn't like Munn at all.
I'd be angry. Oh yeah. I mean, I was just in full bargaining mode when I'm talking about Kellen Mond. That was a dark place.
Yeah.
That was just a very dark place talking about Kellen Mond. I mean, imagine thinking Kellen Mond is going to be anything.
Minnesota? Were you in Minnesota?
Yeah, exactly.
But honestly, I hope Anthony Miller gets his shit together because I think he does have talent, even though it's not going to be here.
But I also, I don't want to hear it. I hope he, honestly, that's cool, but I also kind of hope he sucks because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to rehash this shit. If he goes to Houston and blows up, we're never going to hear the fucking end of it. We're going to have to talk about this shit for God knows how long. I don't want to fucking hear it. People are out there still on Twitter talking about Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy have to do X, Y, Z to keep their jobs after the season. No, they fucking don't. Stop lying to yourselves. They got 2 or 3 more years at least. Unless somehow Fields starts 14 games and just looks like trash and it's shambles. That's, this, I can see a scenario.
That would be such heartbreak.
I could see that scenario playing out because it's just in my nature to be negative, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Fields is honestly too good for that.
I think he would.
But I think Nagy
shitty coaching.
I think Nagy could very well get his ass fired. Let's say that Fields starts, shit looks bad. Nagy's on his full Nagy bullshit, right? He's just trying all this whack ass stuff, and it's just painfully obvious. He's fucking got Fields running trick plays. He's running Fields around like he's Taysom Hill and shit. It's just flailing. I could see Pace being you're out, bro. You're out of here, and then turning it over to Laser. We're
gonna hire Ryan Day from Ohio State.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, bro. You think? He's Ryan Day was already coaching a pro team. He's about to be coaching a real pro team.
Yep.
Those dudes are about to get paid. Ryan Day is going to be a professional coach, on the up and up.
I think Nagy has at least 2 more seasons.
Agreed. Absolutely. If they were going to fire them, they would have fired them already.
Yeah.
It's just stop it with that shit. It's so lazy. Get over it.
I'm excited to see Fields. I posted today. I don't. He's going to put Nagy in the position where he has no choice. It's what I mean. This QB1, QB2 shit.
Trubisky says AA is right, but Pace is lucky. Floyd quit. Mitch, Bojack, Ant Miller cost us 13 draft picks total. God damn.
Yeah, he's. I know Fields kind of cleansed all, but man, yeah, it's been.
Well, dude, we've talked about on this show how Pace is goes to the store and overpays for everything. He wants something so bad, he'd be thirsty for a Gatorade and give the cashier a 20. Oh, your change, sir. No, this is the greatest Gatorade ever. Bro, you just spent $20 in a Gatorade. They were $2. I don't care. It's the best Gatorade ever. That's fucking Pace. I was super thirsty. He just overpays for fucking everything, and he overpaid. Listen, David Montgomery was going down that path of looking like a guy who was another fucking guy that we overpaid for and traded up for and isn't producing. Now, he looks like he's turned it around, but, that's the dark underbelly of Pace's resume. He overpays for literally everything.
Yep.
And then he pays high to gloss over his mistakes.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. The A-Rob situation is a direct result of the Kevin White failure.
That's your new slot receiver, right?
What?
That's the new slot receiver, right?
Yeah, Aaron Hound. So people are he played in the slot more last year. People are predicting our guy Mark Schofield was talking about
of the time, right?
Right. Well, and I don't think it's going to be go up to 80%. But I think
all right. I misunderstood in our chat. I was about to you can't put.
No, I think he's going to see more snaps out of the slot. I think if it was at 20%, it could be at 30 or 40%.
Depending on the coverage. If you can expose a matchup, you move him around.
Right, but here's the thing about him playing in the slot is you involve the linebackers in the decision-making process. And if you have Jimmy or Komet out wide, split like the U, and you have A-Rob in the slot, it just makes defenses think a little more because A-Rob, the one thing he can do is beat people off the line. He doesn't get a lot of separation, but he does get a step.
He doesn't get yak either. Consistently.
No, but that's okay. He can be Michael Thomas. He can be, if it's 12 yards on a slant, fucking great. You know what I mean? And if it's enough to make the defense think, like they just need to be a little more multiple. Like
Michael
I
Thomas
just want
is also a product of a quarterback that lost a lot of arm strength.
True.
I think
absolutely, but I go ahead, Jared.
But by the same token, isn't Allen Robinson the product of a quarterback that can't fucking see anything past one half of the field?
Sure, but he doesn't get deep like that though.
I just think that
I'll make a bet. I won't make a bet. I will make an educated guess. He will not eclipse 1,000 yards or 100 receptions next year.
What? Who's gonna catch all those balls? Pause.
It's not gonna be Allen Robinson.
Wow, that is a bold prediction. I think that's totally false. I saw the way that Andy Dalton zeroed in on AJ Green, and I don't think Allen Robinson is even as good as AJ Green. Mm-hmm. But Andy Dalton, if he gets 300 pass attempts, he's throwing like fucking 60% of them or 70% of them down Robinson.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna, like I said, I think it's gonna go from maybe 20 to 30% of his snaps in the slot, and at least what that does is it makes the defense play you honest because they believe that that's something you'll do. Like if you just throw out a random formation and sometimes it'll work, and they're like, oh shit, that was an unscouted look, it worked, but sometimes it doesn't. They don't even respect it. And it doesn't work. Right. Like, it's just like, so what it becomes is you put yourself on tape as something that's false. Like, oh yeah, every time they put Allen Robinson in the slot, this happens. And it's because literally, like, when you're a bad offense, you don't even have enough of a volume of plays to set people up. Like, in order to establish an offensive game plan where you can actually like set people up.
In order to have game flow, you have to run plays.
Yeah.
You got to convert on third down.
And what happens is that there's only they've only figured out a few different ways to get a first down.
That's sweet.
And so they're just very predictable. They got very predictable. And the problem with Nagy is that he needs all his play progressions to start clicking. He doesn't have, like, and he said this for years now, we don't have an identity. We don't know what our bread and butter is.
We got to figure out the why.
Yeah, we're looking for the why. But we care. They care. And that's the issue is that, like, they never get into the second and third play of anything. Like, and you know why? It's because he fucking won't run the ball. The times when they do is like when he just throws his hands up and just says, fucking run it 3 times. It's like, like he just doesn't get it. He's just got that damn arena league mentality. And this is not like a shit on Nagy thing, but it's like, it is because it's just frustrating thinking, what's he going to do? Because like I fucking said this on this show that when Foles gets in there, I'm worried he's going to be back on his Nagy full-on bullshit. And he was to the nth degree, bro. He was a spaz. Nick Foles had to shut him down. Nick Foles had to scream at him like, you fucking crazy person. Like, let me play football. And how do you think he's going to be with Justin Fields?
That's what I was just about to ask. Where do you think, in your heart of hearts, where do you think Nagy takes Justin Fields, or just Justin Fields just take Nagy along for the
I don't
ride?
care if Justin Fields takes Nagy along and they succeed. I don't care who's pulling who and who's because you won't really know.
I think Fields can actually run this offense the way Nagy wants it run.
Yeah, like here's my problem is that how much of Nagy's success is actually his own, and I don't know that. Like he's got a very like thin connection to the success that they had in Kansas City. Like I don't know. Like you look at him and go, yes, I think he's a good leader of men. I think he's a good inspirational person. I think he's a good teacher. I think he's a good person. I also just think
the year he won Coach of the Year though. Vic should have been the co-coach of the year.
I just think, like I said, I just think Nagy's a fucking spaz. Like I think he spazzes out. And he tries to get people going, and it's like they end up, and then they fucking end up throwing the ball 50 times, and I'm just worried because he totally spazzed out with Foles and lost all semblance of reality because he thought, now I can run all my stupid plays, hooray! And
got a lot to prove, man. Definitely.
It's just I don't know.
I got a question for you guys. What position are you looking at through camp as we get into camp? Where is your focus at? More than just the quarterback, Like if you're going to focus on a position, which one worries you the most?
Wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
Nickelback.
So who do you think would have an inside shot at that wide receiver 3? I mean, you got.
Ridley's
A-Rod Mooney 1-2.
This whole complexity of the route tree that Furry always talks about. I mean, there was high praise for Riley Ridley. He's been here. He should know it by now. I mean, maybe that's the reason they were willing to move on from Miller. Maybe they feel he's ready.
Yeah, the thing about the offense is that it's also very complex for the receivers, from what I gather. And I'm certainly no expert, so I'm not trying to say I am, but like. From what I gather, it's like, the quarterback makes an adjustment and like literally every receiver's route could change based on a check, and when you're like stacked, like we're talking about like stacked, trips right shit that stuff has to work together to work. And if you don't do the right thing, it can really fuck everything up. And so my thing is like, well, if you have people that can't do that, you need to do different shit.
Right.
And I think they still fail to do different shit. And it leads me to think like, what is Cohen going to do? Like, so A-Rob's getting more snaps in the slot. What is Cohen going to do? Is he going to get snaps in the slot?
I don't know if, like, honestly, like, not to defend A-Rob, but like on a franchise tag, man, I'd be like, I'll do the slot once in a while, but you're risking it all in the slot too, man.
Yeah, but slot receivers get paid now. Come on. Slot receivers are not like, it's not like they don't get paid.
I just don't know if that's something you're willing to change to on a franchise tag. Like when we were talking earlier in the chat, I thought you were saying move him permanently to the slot. I'm like,
no, I wasn't.
Look at your local team. Look at your local team and Julian Edelman. He was a slot receiver that was fantastic for a long time. Got paid.
He was a slot receiver, though.
Yeah, but he's not
he wasn't. Yeah.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying that shows you that the slot receiver can be paid, be productive, and be dominant. Can be dominant.
Can be, but you have to be physical, and you have to be able to have the capability of Yak.
Like, it's such a shame that that Turbo got hurt because
Bill Walsh wanted all his guys to have the mentality of a slot receiver because you're always trying to get more yardage and but putting him in the slot on a franchise tag, like say
you don't think he's got the top end to break away to create Yak.
I haven't seen
absolutely
it. A lot of that
doesn't.
Ball placement. I'll give him that, I guess, but I haven't seen it.
They talk about the underthrows being because of Mitch. They weren't just because of Mitch. Allen Robinson has the least separation of any receiver out there. Like, it's just a fact. he does a great job of catching
one. I get that, but
yeah, but he's not in the top 5 category. We already talked about this, but he just doesn't get that separation. So all I want to see is maybe,
and he wants to be paid that way.
Yes, and like
Bears fans want to go A-Throb on this. Pay attention, kids. He can't run away from people.
No,
he's at the end of his career.
Like not ever. I mean, he's really got 2 or 3 at most, probably 2 productive seasons left in him, and then it's just gonna be like whatever. And I'm not saying he's in bad shape. He does a great job of taking care of himself. He's doing fucking crazy box jumps and whatever fucking that matters. He's
a fantastic. He's still a fantastic.
You know what? I never saw Randy Moss do any fucking box jumps, but Randy Moss is a fucking next level Hall of Famer. I never saw Jerry Rice do any box jumps or jump out of the pool, but Jerry Rice was fucking all world.
Wasn't a problem back then.
Right. But I don't think Jerry Rice would have been doing that shit anyway. I mean, you think Walter Payton would have had the fucking Snapchat on the hill?
He did have the hill video, though.
He did, but that was after he kind of became a star.
Yeah.
That was after they won the Super Bowl. That was after he became a star. I hate the dead people birthdays. Can I just say that? I'm so tired of dead people. Yeah, like I'm tired of dead people birthdays. Can we cut the shit with dead people's birthdays? Like, I'm serious. If you want to commemorate when they died, that's cool. I'm tired. Like, if another fucking person wishes fucking Biggie Smalls a happy birthday on my timeline, like, cut the shit with the birthdays of dead people. Like, unless I get a day off, I don't want to hear about it.
Well, damn.
That's why I'm on that.
Happy birthday, sweetness.
Yeah, happy birthday, dead guy.
Well, damn.
Wow.
Birthdays are stupid anyway, but dead people's birthdays, like, come on. This shit is corny.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a weird take.
All right, well, it's my weird take. I think it's corny. Like,
it doesn't bother me.
Like, I'm more into commemorate. If you want to commemorate the day they died, that's fine. I mean, I know it's shit that we do. I mean, everybody from Elvis to Prince to fucking. I swear to God, Prince is not dead. He's just fucking trolling us. By the way, I mean, there's so much Prince shit. Like, nobody's ever talked about Prince this much since after he died. He's chilling, cashing checks.
So, Jared, back to your question. I'm actually Trey Roberson at Nickelback is something I want to see if that ends up happening.
The next fucking go ahead.
No, I just think that might be a guy that wins out there.
You think? He's what, 6'1", 6'2"? He's kind of tall, isn't he?
He is, but I think he has a nose for the ball from what he did in the CFL.
Nickel corners aren't usually that big though, are they?
Big nickel.
I mean, Buster was probably. I mean, I guess Buster was what, 5'10", 5 somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Trey Roberson's gonna be another guy that fucking pays overpaid for. Like, I have no faith in that dude.
I don't know.
I don't care what you fucking did in the CFL.
I'm interested to see him.
Tell me the last CFL receiver that made it in the NFL.
CFL receiver.
I'm interested. Was there a CFL receiver that made it in the NFL?
Off the top of my head.
No? How about a CFL running back?
Trubisky's Stats and Information Inc. We'll have to
just saying, like, if it happened, it hasn't happened for a long ass time. The CFL is not producing any NFL talent. So either Pace, this is Pace's little fucking pet project. Whether it's where's Matthew Betts, like. What are you doing up in Canada, bro? Like, I don't know. Like, nobody's in Canada but Ryan Pace scouting these dudes, overpaying for these dudes, bringing in the latest Kylie Fitz. And is he Canadian? I don't know. I feel like he is with a name like Kylie Fitz.
No.
I'm saying he's Canadian, but that Matthew Betts and this fucking Roberson dude, like, come on, like,
I don't know about that.
If he had been any good, you think he'd be in the CFL right now? The CFL is not hiding any NFL talent from the league. Like, it's just not. So I hope that dude ends up being somebody, but I am not expecting it. I think you're far more likely to see the kid from Oregon do something because he's a guy that had a high grade on him, Thomas Graham, and he sat out.
Yeah, I like.
So I think
Thomas Graham take that too. I agree.
That's by far. I like Vildor, Duke Shelley, like whatever. Like I don't think Duke Shelley is special in any way. I think Vildor has a chance to be special. Not like all Pro Bowl. I see he's a chance to be a solid starter contributor in this league. Somebody that he stays on the field. You know what I mean? Like because teams are always in sub packages anyway. I'm talking about a guy that's playing like 600 snaps on defense. You know, like fucking a lot. You know, and that's a guy I think he could be. I think it's possible that the fucking who's the kid from Pittsburgh that was like a former first-round pick? I can't think of his name, but I think maybe that kid shows up.
Oh, Artie Burns.
Artie Burns, yeah. He could be a good reclamation project. Like, I mean, it's just kind of interesting.
We have that track record already, too, with cornerback reclamations, first-round picks.
Right. Mukamara.
Don't sleep on Roberson. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
sleeping. I'm Rip Van Winkle on Roberson, bro. I'm so.
I like the fact that he has a quarterback background.
Have you touched on Jesse James yet?
Oh my god, dude!
Bang bang!
I can't believe.
I'm pretty hyped about that,
bro. There's a bunch of noobs on Bears Twitter right now with these corny like Mooney Fields handles that are just like, why do we have another tight end? Like they don't even know what to do. Like
that's my dude, man.
That's just so funny because how long have we been talking about this guy on? Like he's the most rando tight end, and you had like Pace's writing. Like you wrote letters, didn't you?
I must have. I don't know.
Mr. Pace, while you were scouting, I would like you to consider the following player. His name, Jesse James. Is he an outlaw, you say? Maybe. But I will tell you, he's one of the finest tight ends in American football.
Jay, remember when we first started doing this? I was like, Tyler Bray is going to be on this squad.
Yep.
I don't.
Ray Day.
Jesse James, I had no clue they were going to pull that out. But he's a good blocker, though. He is a good blocker. He might contribute on special teams. We'll see. But he's a depth piece. People that are actually threatened about – he's not threatening Kmet for his job. Like that shit on Twitter.
Well,
I'm like, you're kidding me.
Stats and Gravy dropping it on you.
Wait. He's Andre Rison and Joe Horn. This has been brought to you by Stats and Gravy. Those are the Canadians.
Yeah.
Some fan base convinced themselves that Demetrius Harris was a key pickup. Good Lord. Like, Demetrius Harris was such a fucking waste. Like, what a waste. And he stunted Kmet's growth. Like, if they didn't have Demetrius Harris, Kmet would have had way more snaps, and he'd probably be further along right now. And fucking Tommy Cavanaugh and Raul can fucking go jump in the lake.
Thing. They didn't have a real preseason, and, like,
right.
Tight end takes, like, a couple years to fully grasp in this.
Right. As we said, everything you're doing as a tight end is like in a truncated space.
Yeah,
like
come on, man.
It's subtle. It's a subtle,
to write him off
difficult
this early is ridiculous.
Position.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyler Bray. Bray season. Bray day. But like, I just like I can't like for the life of me I don't understand why those two and some people on Twitter are going after Kmet. Like, come on. Like, there's nothing about Kmet's rookie year that should be like, oh, no, he's a bust. Like, I don't.
Well, look, by the same token, there's nothing on there that says, oh, wow, look at him. He is XYZ.
Right, but more often than not, tight ends have that trajectory.
I think it'll be fine.
If you look at a position, it's just you take that position and then they tend to have that trajectory. They start slow. And it takes a while because, as we were saying last week, he has to be trusted in multiple phases. Like, obviously, if you're a wide receiver and you like to block, it's going to help you stay on the field. But it's not going to help you stay on the field all the time. As a tight end, like, you had better be a behemoth like Jimmy Graham. But if you can't block, you can't stay on the field. Like, just straight up. It's just not even a question. Like, and Jesse James, I don't know shit about him, but people say he's a good blocker.
He is.
So
He'll be a good addition on the offensive line.
Right.
And he got a signing bonus too, so he's there.
no, he's staying. He's there to play. Like, they put voidable years in his deal to keep the not void years. You know, like
Watch
basically
now
just,
when we
it's
play
just,
Pittsburgh, he's gonna catch a game winner.
Fuck yeah, gonna know their
That'd be
secrets.
awesome.
Fucking, you know, like, I love the stupidity of quarterback hype. Like, everybody's fucking seriously acting like Big Ben looks so great coming into camp. You know, this fucking dad bod and his big round head. Like, I'm fat as fuck. I'm not trying to hate on Roethlisberger, but like, come the fuck on, trying to say he's all in great shape because he like shaved. I mean, literally, the only weight he lost is that big Grizzly Adams fucking beard. And everybody's jocking him like, oh, look at Big Ben. He looks great. No, he fucking doesn't. Like, bro, like, I mean, he looks fucking rough.
That's another quarterback towards the end of his career, too, you know. You saw what they did with him in the offense last year where it was quick throws and
Yes.
nothing. I mean,
Yeah,
Yes.
that O-line was in shambles last year.
And they're going to be in shambles again this year. They didn't do anything to shore it up. They lost Villanueva. I'm just saying, like, I don't look, like, it's just funny to me how some people are protected by the narratives and the media. And some people, it's just like shots, no matter what. Shots. Just take shots. And it's like this dude who's got all type of reasons to fucking be not a fan of Rapelessberger, and yet it's just like he's just loved. And I know it's because he's got a couple of Super Bowls. That definitely helps, but it's like, damn. Like, this dude's just untouchable and fucking, you know, in the minds of the media. Like, oh, Big Ben,
I remember
like,
the rehab video last year.
Bro,
and,
Lamar Jackson is fucking 5 times the player of Ben Roethlisberger, and people are down on him after being the MVP of the fucking league, and here comes fat-ass Roethlisberger, but, oh, look at how great he looks. Like, fuck out of here. Like, just, I don't know.
and I think it's got a lot to do with it's because Roethlisberger fits that mental image of a quarterback throwing the football first, things like that. Whereas,
bro, Roethlisberger's had a great career. But he is. I'm just pissed because I see fucking his fat ass walking into camp, and people are like, "Look how great he looks." Shut the fuck up. Like, you like, come on, you're lying to yourself. Trubisky says he's going to be a 320-pound analyst after he retires, like Jim Miller. Absolutely. Like, he's gonna fucking blow up like a tick, bro. Like, after he, like, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna eat you.
Yeah, like, it's, you know, like, he's gonna be like fucking.
Another guy. Sorry, not.
Go ahead.
Another guy I just want to see actually participate is Robert Quinn. I just want to hear that he's on the field, like doing.
That was the one I was thinking about. I want to see if he can do anything. Man, if he can just get half, maybe a little more than half the production he had when he was at Dallas. That's going to be pretty damn good.
I'm so mad that I have to waste energy fucking worrying about shit that should be good to go. Like, Robert Quinn should have been a plug-and-play fucking signing. Like, I know he wasn't a great fit for the defense, but so fucking what? Like, it shouldn't have mattered. Like, if he was healthy or whatever, or had his head right, and, you know, pandemic injury, yada, yada, I don't know.
I don't whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. I mean, you could tell on his interviews, like, dude was like, he wasn't bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Like, he was having a hard time with shit. Like, he was having a hard time with the civil unrest. He was having a hard time with the pandemic. Like, he was not in a good mental space. And that, you know, and that's fucking okay. Like, I want to make sure that people don't misunderstand me Like, that's real shit, and that should be just as valid as a hamstring or a ligament or whatever, because you can't
Absolutely.
you can't have your mind is not together. You cannot succeed as an athlete. So by no means am I saying that that's not valid, because I think it was completely valid, and it's just weird that we have to come up with physical ailments and
Sure, I think that was tough on everybody, though.
Right, I'm just saying they do that though. Like, I'm just saying, you watch dude on those interviews, and I felt like he looked tired. Like, he just looked mentally like he was not sharp and not, like I say, not bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. He didn't have an edge to him. He looked like fucking like a dude who was like, God, I don't know how much I want to do this right now because of all the other shit that was on his mind.
Injuries, and you throw injuries on top of that.
Right.
I mean, shit, it's easy to just be mentally checked out.
And I think it's something that the average fan doesn't give enough credit to, is that the way for that football, you have to be on point for these little short bursts of time. Like, you have to be like just like a ninja for like 6 seconds to make an impact on the game. And and there's so much, and especially when you go to a game, and I know we've talked about this before, when you go to a game, especially a game that's being broadcast nationally, there's so much time between plays. And you watch the players that are able to keep their edge. Because when you're watching the game at home, the game feels much more fluid, and it feels like there's a lot more constant action. But when you go to a game, you realize there's all this dead time, and they're getting water, and they're fucking, like, all this stuff's happening that you don't see because we're watching the commercials.
Man, dude just needs to step up.
I'm just saying, like, I hope he has his edge back.
Me too.
The fucking edge to begin
Well,
with.
Just set it first, then you can have it.
Yeah. I don't want to waste any more energy worrying about this dude. I'm of two minds, where it's like, if the defense returns to form, I can definitely get on board with believing this could be a winning season. If the defense is just aged and kind of middling and kind of relearning, like if the defensive secondary this season is just kind of like, a work in progress, and it's just,
we need depth. We need the depth to show out. That's going to be important, and even though it's only one more game, but I mean, that's one thing I'm going to be looking for in the preseason.
I'm interested to see how
depth is.
Right. And I'm interested to see how much of a loss Kyle Fuller really is. Like, because I want to see if we now have a defense where our CB1 will actually move to different sides of the field.
If we're not getting pressure, we're going to feel the impact of not having Kyle Fuller.
Of course. We said this about Kyle before, though. Like, I just feel like Kyle's game was totally predictable. And when it mattered most, teams knew how to take advantage of him, because consider we
weren't getting home that much, though. He played pretty damn well, man.
I know, but I just I hope to God that all of our guys will move around.
Sure.
That's all. This isn't like a trash Kyle Fuller thing, but like, I do feel like the fact that he would not move was a factor in. Yeah,
it hurt him.
Well, the lockdown guys are following their guy no matter where they go.
Yes, Jalen Ramsey goes with the number one wide receiver all over the field. Fucking, who didn't was Revis. He did at times, but Revis would pretty much stay on his side. But it was a different game back then. I think nowadays, more than ever, you have to move.
Yeah, you gotta keep their receivers in check.
I feel like as many big plays as Kyle Fuller made, there were plenty of times where the defense needed something and they knew exactly how to take advantage of him. Like, it wasn't like go at the weakest guy. Like, no, teams could go straight at Kyle Fuller.
Teams were big moments. Nickelbacks last year, though. That's why I'm.
Yes. Absolutely. So
that's Kyle had a way of setting people up too. You'd get a couple on him, and then he would jump a route and break a pass up.
No, he did. And
like I said, dude, I'll give him. I mean, in this day and age, that dude lights people up cleanly.
Yes,
Yep.
but so does Jalen. I'm just worried about his shoulders.
Yeah, that's the one that bothers me too. I worry about his shoulders if they'll last.
So we'll see. I mean, I think the cornerback position is going to be interesting. I think, other than that, I mean,
we're gonna get Eddie back in 100%, not business decision. Eddie, I'm hoping we see that.
Yeah. By the way,
Goldman a thing?
No, Eddie Jackson.
I think Eddie Goldman's a big factor.
Oh no, yeah. I think he's a big factor. I was talking about Eddie Jackson.
Well, I think like both Eddies are. That's the whole middle of the defense. Eddie, Roquan, and Eddie. Like that's the middle. That's the heart of the defense. And if Eddie Goldman can return to form and be that stopper, that absorber, that guy that lets a team work.
Block eater. Just a block eater.
Yeah, just a big fucking road grader in the middle of the line so Akeem can work. And Mario Edwards can work. And we'll see if Jeremy Atachu can do something. And Bilal keeps coming on. I'm not going to be honest. I think Bilal gets too much hype. I think Bears Twitter's a little bit higher on Bilal than they should be. I think Bilal's fine. I think he's a solid player. I think he could be better. And I keep hearing about how this is his year.
They all could be better.
We'll see. I just feel like when you watch the games, it's like Roy Robertson Harris always popped and flashed more than Bilal, and even fucking Brent Nichols came in and Brent Urban flashed more than Bilal. I don't know. Like I feel like Bilal, I don't know. Like I lose him too much. And maybe it's just
consistent.
Yeah.
Just stay healthy.
Yeah.
We need Hicks to stay healthy. I mean, which is asking a lot at this point in his career.
Daniels coming back and being healthy is so huge. Like, I think him.
I'm interested in how the O-line pans out too with Jenkins. I'm interested to see where he's at.
Yeah,
I'm watching that real close.
It's gonna be. I mean, Jenkins is a big boy. He thinks he's Mr. Aggressive. We'll see how aggressive he is when dudes are feeding their families.
Who's going to be the Daniel Braverman? Who's going to get the Thomas Eishive Award this year from Bears social media?
The Rando award, probably CJ Marable or something.
I don't think we're going to get a lot of that with such a limited crowd. I don't think we're going to get a lot of that hometown hero shit.
At least we'll get something. I'm just excited that there is a training camp. I'm bummed out I didn't get any tickets.
Yeah.
But I'm excited that there is a training camp. And I don't know. I can't quite bring myself to get
especially the joint practices. We're gonna be getting a lot of information, which is sweet, man, because it's been the doldrums. We're gonna be once these joint practices hit and all the preseason games being live, it's gonna be dope. I'm excited about just things getting back to normal.
Oh, you talk about social media. Jen Talicki sent that QB1 tweet, didn't she?
We don't know, but that's the theory. That it's come out, it's leaked out conveniently through Kaplan that the Bears brass was very unhappy with the Dandy Dalton QB1 tweet.
Dandy Dalton.
And the Dandy Dalton. Yeah, Andy
Beautiful.
Andy the ginger lumberjack. Andy, sidebar, Andy
looks like
is
Sheamus from WWE.
Andy's jacked. It's kind of surprising. I didn't think Andy was that diesel when he was with the fucking Bengals, but he's kind of jacked.
He grew a beard.
Everybody's like, oh, look at him. He wants to be the next Fitzpatrick. He fucking should. That dude could have another 6-7 years of a career being a Ryan Fitzpatrick. And if, and that grizzly beard, bro, it helps him. And he, quit the Opie shit. I'm fucking Grizzly Adams, bitch.
Fitzpatrick's pretty intelligent, though.
Oh, because he went.
Okay, I think Andy Dalton's pretty intelligent. I mean, he went to TCU.
Not that smart. Went to TCU.
He's a horned frog. Anyway, he had a fucking beard. But That was cool. I think, I don't know. I think that I think he could, he might show something. He might show us a little something, right?
My pick's going to go to the Goodwin guy. Goodwin's going to be the social media darling.
Why? Because
Because
it's an Olympic year.
Yeah, he's not in the Olympics. He's not in the Olympics.
Oh, he's fast as fuck. He's gonna have some training camp highlights. I get what you're saying, Jay.
Most interesting Bears camp story. Does Ryan Nall make the cut? Yes, of course he fucking does. Trubisky's. God damn it.
God.
That might be the guy.
But we touched on this a second ago, like, but what about fucking Cohen? What is Cohen gonna be? Like,
hopefully healthy at some point.
Yeah, and hopefully he's got his head on straight. Like, I want Cohen to come back. I'm just confused.
I liked what I saw out of Tariq before he got hurt, man. I was like, okay, he's hitting the hole hard. Like, okay, we got, that's what we wanted to see out of him, and it just sucks because his season got derailed quick.
Yo, this tweet, Louis Riddick just tweeted, and not just tweeted, like 3 hours ago, tweeted, interesting how happy some of you get when the players, football specifically, don't get what they want when it comes to player empowerment, player movement, compensation, etc. And look who's right there to fucking comment, our boy, Allen Robinson II. LOL. Should be crazy, Lou. Like,
wow.
Allen Robinson is making $18 million and he is nailing himself to the cross right now. Like, he thinks he's fucking the victim of this shit. Like, and I get it. He's right. I mean, it is fucked up. But people do that in the NBA too. Just the league lets them do it. That's the only difference. Like, NBA players get crucified for the same shit, but now we're just used to it because it's like the league is like, yeah, we're letting him do this shit, so get over it. Love it or leave it. The NFL tells you that, it's a team first game, I mean, it's just different. Like, the NFL.
And the thing is, players getting upset about the contract they signed.
Right.
Make a better deal.
And right. And you get mad and you're mad about your collective bargaining agreement. Fucking be better. Like, the problem is that, and this is why the NBA will never be the same as the NFL. There's so many more players, clearly. That's a huge part of it. But because of the helmets, like, when you root for an NFL team, you're rooting for the armor, like and so the player identity inside that armor is different. It doesn't have the same weight to you. Like, you're just rooting.
Look what just happened in Green Bay.
Right. I'm just saying, like, people are quick to defend their team a lot more in the NFL than other sports.
Are you kidding me? There's eighth robs, bro. These guys have identity.
They have identities, but it's not like the NBA. I'm just saying, like, people will cling to the teams a lot more before they'll side with the players when it comes to NFL fandom. They just do.
Not on Twitter.
Well, Twitter's not a fair representation of society. Like, Green Bay was definitely turning on Aaron Rodgers. Like, but the problem was.
I'm for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying they were turning on him. They were ready to turn on him. They were ready to get behind Jordan Love, and they were ready to turn on Aaron Rodgers. And now that he's back, they're fucking flexing like they won something.
The identity difference is the projections, and people just want to be right so bad that they hang on these guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got assholes who think they can rap, making videos about fucking players. Like, I mean, come on. Like, you got, like, it's crazy, though, the way that NFL players get fucking raked over the coals. Like.
I must have missed that one. Thank God.
Oh, the Charles Leno video that daft Dr. Phil made, that fucking clown. That's
clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
It's just like corny shit, bro. Like, corny shit. But he's right. I mean, I just think it's funny that Allen Robinson can't wait to jump on that. Oh, yeah, Lou, we're so put upon. Like, come on, man. Like, you're getting paid. Like, calm down. You've been paid. Like,
whatever. He's going in the slot 75% of the time anyway. So
I just, like, doesn't Odell Beckham play out of the slot? I mean, doesn't Jarvis Landry play out of the slot? Like
Jarvis,
Fuller, Will Fuller, he plays out of the slot. I mean, I don't put JonDre Hopkins in the slot. I don't put DK Metcalf in the slot that much, but like those are big dudes that consistently can win on the outside.
Well, if you play in a defense that's not moving around, you absolutely move Allen Robinson around because you're going to expose some shit. But
all I mean is that I want to see them at least be successful enough with it to have it on tape to make teams think a little bit. So when he goes in the slot, it's not because what happens is that now he tries this shit. He never gets enough on tape for them to respect it.
I want guys to be able to actually just get consistent flow, and the way Nagy, he's always shifting and always it's just like guys get a flow.
He's
going.
A spaz. He's a fucking spaz.
You want a guy to develop in the slot. Give him the freaking reps to develop in the slot.
Right. He loves his fucking play progression so much that he just can't control himself trying to get them off. Like it's
he needs to find his identity this season. That's the one thing I really want to see is our offense finally develop an identity.
He literally hates methodical offense, though. Like, he hates it with a passion. Like, he is so not interested in 10-play drives. Like, he's like, that's 4 plays too many. What a waste. Like, in the back of his mind. Like, that's in his DNA.
That's cool, but it hasn't worked. He has.
I know. Well, I hope you're fucking right, but I'm just worried that he's just I think he's a head case in that way. And with Fields, he just sees. I mean, his eyes are lit up like a Christmas tree.
I'm telling
now,
you,
Fields can probably. I think a lot of this shit is totally execution dependent, and Nagy has done a great job of scheming a lot of bad players open and getting the most out of Mitch Trubisky. I mean, literally, Nagy made Mitch Trubisky into somebody that was a Pro Bowl alternate. Like, come on, like that. You have to give Nagy a lot of credit for that. He's just a fucking spaz. That's my problem with him.
He was like a 4th alternate, though.
Yes.
He wasn't even the 2nd. He was like the 4th.
Well, I thought it was Jared Goff, and then who was it? I was after him. Garoppolo? I thought he was like second. I thought he was like second or third.
Super Bowl that year, right?
No, Goff was in the Super Bowl in the NFC. So who would have been the other? I don't know. I thought he was like the second alternate. Anyway, the point is that Nagy did that. Like, I think Nagy should get credit for that. I just worry that he's a spaz. That's all. And I think he is.
I can't wait for Fields to ball out in this training camp and really make it known that he's that dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be awesome. Like, and honestly, it's like now, it's like get the fucking Rodgers drama over with. I'm tired of it. Like, that's just fucking like we got our guy. I want to worry about our team. I'm tired of worrying about their fucking team. Fuck their team. Fuck the Packers. Fuck the Lions. Fuck the Vikings. We got our team. Let's worry about our fucking team and our fucking guy and seeing what he does. Like
right on.
That's all.
I get behind that.
And I just feel like, I don't know, I can get fucking hopeful about just about anything, when it comes down to the Bears, but like, I just feel like he feels different. Like it just feels different, It's nothing like we've ever.
Feels different.
Oh, the touch, the fields, the fabric of our team. Anyway.
Nice.
Well,
what's up?
It's going to be coming fast and furious, guys. Got a training camp coming, so.
Family. It's all about family. It's fast and furious.
Big presser tomorrow will go live.
Big presser. Oh, they have is there a presser tomorrow? Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's leaving with my wife for a little vacation for our anniversary. I told her it'll be hard staying off my phone with all this news coming at it. So,
B. Quinn bringing that heat tonight. He is
always
that good heat. That good icy hot.
That's what I do.
I think we covered it all. All the news that's fit to print. We'll have a press release out later announcing the.
No, there is something else.
Oh.
True Biscuits. Rompergate 2021.
Yeah, what is this?
What is going on here? Are you going to do the reveal on this show or not? The question is.
What are you talking about? He has a romper.
Oh yes.
Am I supposed to know what this is?
Oh, Joe, you will know.
Like when you say romper, do you mean like shorts? Because that's what I think of. You think of? Do you mean like?
1990s come out and said hello.
Is it like overall shorts? Is that what you're talking about? Like cross colors gear? Trubisky just left the chat. He says. I mean, but I'm like, is this like Benetton? Is this fucking?
There's something going on via the Twitter machine. I just kind of picked up on it today that.
No, a one-piece romper. Like, okay, but here's my thing: is it a romper? Like, which? Because when I think of a romper, okay, here's what I think of: has to be shorts.
Somebody on Twitter sent him a romper.
That's weird as fuck.
Yeah, there was a shark thing involved with it.
Bro, like, I don't know if I would put anything on. Like, I don't. If somebody sends me used clothing, I'm not putting that shit on. That's it's like fucking crazy crotch bugs and that shit.
I'm just saying, if he's gonna do it, he should do it here.
No, fuck that.
We should have
Gravy is loved by all. It's true. Gravy is loved. I even went so far as to stalk you on Facebook to try to fucking figure out where the fuck you went.
Here's the thing: we can't.
I want the reveal on this show.
No, Jay, because we don't know who sent it to him. I don't want to participate in some weirdness.
This guy is so fucking underground. There's like I sent him a Facebook message, and he will not be doing this on the tailgate show. What? Well, we're not the tailgate show anyway, so who fucking cares? We are.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, here, I sent you a romper on Twitter. It's like, where the romper?
That's weird. like it's like fucking Trubisky is down in a hole, and it's like, put on the romper.
Yeah, it's like, remember Joe Dirt? Remember Joe Dirt when he was in the
basket? Put on the romper.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna do it,
I sent you that romper. Put it on.
We should be the first to see it. We should be the first to pass judgment on it.
It puts on the romper. It puts lotion in the basket.
like Joe Dirt, man. Like,
it likes the romper on its skin. The romper is snug in the crotch.
You know what it is? Jared sent him the romper. That's why he wants him to reveal it.
No, I did not. Yo, who sent you the romper, bro? What the fuck kind of weird shit is this?
That's different, bro.
Oh, man.
Well, there's something going. There's this backstory behind it, but
yeah,
when I picked up on it, it's like, oh, wow.
If, let me tell you, if there's a list of clothing that I will not wear, if someone sends me, romper is near the top of the list.
And what does he want him to do? Like, burn the hell out of a steak in a romper?
I don't know, man, but dude has some Bam Bam fantasy or something.
That's wild.
No, it's not weird enough. It's not something that he he didn't choose this life. This life chose him.
Like, some dude wants to see fucking Trubisky's dressed up like Barney Rubble. Believe it or not the weirdest thing I've ever gotten in the mail. Wow. No comment, bro. Like, I don't even, like, it's like, your fleshlight that you ordered. Is this what we fucking, like?
Somebody send them a thimble to rock?
Yeah.
Wow.
What? Like, your extra small fleshlight that you ordered?
Oh, God.
Like, come on.
Hey, what? Don't knock it till you try it.
I mean, I'm not. I'm just saying weird. I don't know what else is weird. Like a romper. Apparently, it's property of some other podcast, right? Like,
must be.
What I want to know is, like, at this point on Bears Twitter, if you don't have a podcast, do you have to leave?
Oh, really?
Like I'm just saying, if you're part of Bears Twitter, you consider yourself like a member of Bears Twitter. If you do not at least appear on a podcast regularly or have your own podcast, can you even stay? Is it allowed? I mean, is that the level that we're at now?
Nah.
Because it's like literally everyone and their monkey has a podcast.
Hey,
And
and we got one too.
Yeah, I sure fucking do. Thanks for listening to it, by the way, everybody.
I'm looking
No
forward
doubt.
to some. I'm looking forward to some coverage, though, man. It's about time, isn't it?
Actual news,
Yeah.
football news.
Yeah.
It'll be crazy.
Yep.
Who'd have thought?
And to all them listeners, thanks for riding with us, man. We love doing this, so we hope you enjoyed too.
Hey,
And that's
Yeah, love's a strong word. We
Wow.
like doing it.
we
We
like
like doing it. How dare you guys accuse me of podcast cheating? Because we know you are, you fucking romper. Gravy is loyal, even a romper. It's loyal. The romper is loyal. The romper is true. Put the lotion in the basket.
Great.
You're saying
Anyway, thanks for
What are you
listening.
saying? Real quick though, you're saying he's shaking his thing for another podcast? That ain't right.
No,
I'm just saying the romper is like property, is like intellectual property of some other pod, is what I'm saying. He's not going to do the reveal on this pod. Like, I feel like the romper is, like for OnlyFans, his OnlyFans account.
So you're saying he's being loyal to another podcast with
No, I think his
Romper-
brand, I think he's loyal to his own brand. And I think that when the live stream comes out on Chatterbait, or whatever, what have you, OnlyFans, maybe a dual broadcast. I'm respecting B Quinn's wishes. Oh, B Quinn sent the romper. Wow, you really playing it off like you didn't.
No,
That's
man.
good shit.
Burnt Steak Productions. I have nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Burnt Steak Productions and the romper. Fucking whatever romper. I'm saying I don't know. I don't even want the romper on our show, to be honest.
No,
like, that's
good.
weird.
Oh, that'd be great.
Like, I'm not Captain Kangaroo. I don't need this to be no romper room.
Then you have Jer rocking with some like IU romper or something. Just,
No, I wouldn't.
Jer-
I've got
that-
respect for y'all.
I mean, the IU outfit is pretty much a romper, isn't it?
No.
Okay, but
Nah.
it's like candy striper hot pants, though, right?
Man, don't hate.
I'm not, bro. I'm sure that thing probably pulled you some serious, like,
Nothing. It pulled me nothing.
like chicken, like, drive-through chicken sandwiches. That's what I was
You
going
guys
to
excited
say.
about all the players showing up pictures with their like pillows and blankets and Xboxes and.
Trubisky says, Jared, order your Indiana romper now. Pretty much jean overall. This is what I'm saying. It's like it's
I
like
would
fucking
do overall.
like it's like United Colors of Benetton. It's like fucking cross colors.
Basically glorified
Like-
Oshkosh Bagosh.
Yo, straight up. Because I know that when you were younger, you were like trying to be in the hip hop scene. Did you ever wear overalls? Like try to be hip hop with overalls?
Nah, man.
Not even.
I didn't either.
Not even.
I did.
I was
I
just
did
trying
rock.
to get out of mom. I was trying to get out of mom jeans, dude.
I had like
I
Carl Kanai jeans.
Nice. Nice. I used to rock a lot of camo shit. Like I had like Air Force camo pants. I had like fucking gray camo. I had a bunch of different camo pants that I would wear.
Dude,
All
elementary school, remember the Zubas?
baggy.
Remember Zubas? No, not Zubas. What was it?
Z Cavaricis.
Fubu.
Man, exactly.
Z Cavaricis.
The hammer pants.
Well, yeah, there's those too. I had parachute pants,
No.
but I never had Z Cavaricis.
The Z Cavaricis.
Did you have you have a hypercolor? Did you have
Yes,
a hypercolor shit?
I had a hypercolor. That shit was cool until it was like, okay, everybody stop touching me now. What the fuck? Like,
those Z Cavaricis were bank too. They weren't cheap.
yeah. Oh, yeah, they were like $80 pants back then, dude. Like in 1985, they were $80 pants. Like, it's like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine, like, the minimum wage is like $4 an hour, and there's like, I'm asking people for $80 pants? that I'm gonna rip like instantly. Like, I mean, you kidding me? Like, come on. Fucking, I got one pair of parachute pants. Everything else was like fucking J.C. Penney jeans and fucking, Bugle Boys and shit.
Bugle Boy jeans you're wearing?
Yeah.
Boy, yeah.
I didn't even have no Bugle Boys. This shit was like Lee. No, it wasn't Lee. I had like some Levi's.
Guess jeans.
It wasn't Lee.
Shit.
I had no guess.
Oh shit, no.
And Nicole Smith was not selling me jeans. And that's Romper Talk. Good show. Well, I think we need more information about Romper Talk.
No,
I think the details are out there. We've just gotta.
AA was the kid at a high school dance with the glow sticks breakdancing. Absolutely not. No.
I do that this week.
I was just a fucking theater nerd. All right. Anyway, yeah, good show. Good shit. Aaron Rodgers is back, but he never really left. He just, hooray, he didn't quit. Anthony Miller's gone. Camp is starting. Justin Fields is going to work. Let's just fucking,
and we're going to find out the why.
Yeah, we're going to find out the why. We're going to find out the why. Let's just focus on our own shit. We got a lot to be excited about in-house. Quit worrying about all these other fucking teams. Like, just come, we've been worrying about the Packers all fucking summer for 90 days. The fucking shit's been going on. Some guy, I guess it was like 88 days. All this shit's been going on. Fuck, that's over with. Fuck them. Fuck the Packers forever. Fuck the Packers. And we're going to fucking focus on our shit. And
I got to take a couple weeks and start running fiber optics out to Jer because if we want to go Thursday nights, we need to hook that up.
Yeah, we need like a drone with a fucking satellite on it or something. Can you like drive to the fucking, is there like a 24-hour Walmart within driving distance so you could like go get on the Wi-Fi? Like,
it's that bad. Damn it.
You got a library or Wi-Fi or something?
I can get Wi-Fi, I guess. But
Noise.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Appreciate you. Trubiscuits, I don't know what's going on with that romper. I don't really want to know. Thanks for always coming in, supporting, and throwing in your fucking 2 cents. It's all good. It's just another episode of The Tailgate Show.
The Bars.
The technical difficult.
T.